This is Voices from the Field with Katie Lively and Jayden Mount, and today we have Roger Nyman. He played men's fast pitch for 30 plus years. He has been a high school coach for over 20 years, and he started the Utah Freakz organization 18 years ago with one team, and now they have grown to 8 teams. So thank you, Roger, for being on the call, and just kind of take us through, what do you feel like has been the key to success to building this program from one team to 8 teams over the past 18 years?
I would say probably the biggest key is just the dedication from the kids. And so I'm like, it's all about the kids.
Yeah.
Just to watch them advance and continue to grow and stuff like that. So the success of the organization, I would say 100% goes back to all the athletes that have come through the organization.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. Definitely, you have to have that connection with them and that drive from them to be able to propel forward. So I love that the girls out there are loving the game and growing it even bigger than it's ever been before. So that's awesome.
Yeah. Your program has over 12 college commitments and more than 65 top-level athletes. What are some of the strategies or resources that you provide to help your athletes get noticed by college programs?
We use a lot of like the online tools like Field Level, going to showcases, going to camps. My biggest role within the organization is to go out and promote them. So when they go to a showcase, I don't coach. I'm back there behind home plate talking to all the coaches, finding out what they need and different things like that. So that's my role. And then just leveraging a lot of the relationships I have with a lot of the coaches over the 18 years that I've been doing this.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, I think that's really important. Because I was a former college coach, and it's so cool to see like people dedicate 1 or 2 people just to talk to the college coaches the whole tournament. And so that's really cool that that's you, because you have all those connections.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
It makes a big difference.
Yes, for sure.
Yes, for sure. And building those relationships are just so important with the coaches being able to trust you, right? I feel like that's a really hard thing to establish, that credibility of you telling a coach, hey, this kid's really good, and them trusting you with that. And then, taking initiative to do a camp, host them on a visit or whatever. So that's really cool.
Right.
Speaking of kind of, the preparation for college and giving those kids opportunities to play at the next level, on your website, it says that your organization really values respect, equal opportunity, and preparation. Those are the 3 key things that has been mentioned before. How do you instill those values into your coaches and into your players in your organization?
So we have a thing, kind of what we call the Freakz way. And that goes with our respect. Respect your teammates, respect your coaches, respect the umpires, respect the other team, respect the fans. One of the biggest things that I'm really big on is don't argue with the umpires. Don't get into it with the other teams and stuff like that. Let the coaches handle that. And then our coaches are directed. We don't need to jump off our buckets and go screaming and yelling and running at them. I'm like, approach them in a polite manner, and it will go farther for you. And so in that respect, and then one of the other things that I always make every single team do after the game, they circle up around home plate facing the fans, and they thank the fans for being there. And so
that's awesome.
That's where the respect comes from, because if you're not respecting your players, coaches, umpires, and stuff like that, you don't respect the game.
Yeah,
I love that a lot. My college coach was big on thank yous, and every time we would do a camp or something, she would tell all the kids like, hey, thank your parents. Like, you wouldn't be here without your parents. So I think gratitude is kind of lost now. So that's really cool that you're
Agreed.
Really implementing that for sure.
Yeah. Would you say too, with you playing men's fast pitch, is that kind of, giving you the experience you need to be able to instill those qualities? Where did all of those things come from that you've like, I need to instill this in my girls now at an organizational level?
I think it goes back to how I was raised from probably my grandfather. He was the old school, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. And so I think a lot of it goes back to that. But as I was playing and I first got into coaching, you didn't really see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's you see it a lot with the girls that are in the organization, when they go to a camp or they pick up with another team, as soon as practice is over there, thank you, coach.
Yeah.
Different things like that. And so,
Yeah.
and it goes a long ways.
Absolutely. I mean, that's way past even in college. Like, I mean, they're going to use that for the rest of their lives. And I think
Correct.
that's something that coaches need to really instill is life lessons that they're going to carry forever.
Yeah. I love that.
And that goes to the value of what we talk about, the respect, the value and stuff like that, is it takes them as they get older and older, become young women, young adults and stuff like that, that's instilled into them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep.
I love that.
Well, kind of going off of that, how do you measure success, sorry, for your program beyond like wins, commitments, or stats?
My biggest thing is we talk about, so you got a 10U team. We talk about the next level. Next level is 12U. It's not, you can't take a 10U and say your next level is college.
Yeah.
And so we do it the baby step way. We got to prepare you to be 12U. We got to prepare you to be 14s. And so that's kind of how we do it. And we kind of break it down within the organization that all the coaches kind of do the exact same thing. And all our practices are always open. So a 10U kid can go practice with the 18U kids. And so the only time we ever say that they can't is if that team specifically needs to work on something defensively or something like that, we close the practice just for that team.
Yeah.
But we push every kid to be prepared to be for the next level.
Yeah. That's so good too, because I think that people can get caught up in the big things coming up instead of kind of little by little, the 12U, the 14U, the 16U, instead of being like, I'm 12 years old and want to go play in college. Yes, that's a great goal to have, but I think it's about those little steps along the way. So I think that's a great thing that you're instilling in those girls at a young age to go take it little by little, day by day.
Correct.
So one more question, and then we will let you go for the day. So do you see softball growing in the state of Utah? I know me and Jayden are both more from the South, so we're not familiar with that area over there. Do you see softball growing in Utah, and what potential do you see for the state to grow even further in softball in its community?
It is growing. When I first started doing travel ball, not a lot of Utah teams really traveled. They pretty much stayed within the state.
Okay.
You're starting to see more and more Utah teams get out of the state and travel. The biggest thing that's kind of is holding Utah back is you guys come from where you would have 15, 16 players on a team.
Right.
Here in Utah, you get more than 11. They all kind of like, so they don't really teach the kids how to sit, how to ride the bench, how to cheer on your teammates from the other side. And so I think that's the biggest thing that's holding Utah kids back, that once they go to high school or they go on to college, they're like, I've never really had to sit. Now I have to sit. So I think that's the biggest thing. And talking to a bunch of the other coaches within the state of Utah that have kind of retired and moved on, and that's kind of their thing too. I wish I would have, when they were 10, taught them how to sit the bench.
Yeah. It's so important to learn that. Like, it's not fun to learn that. It's like a hard thing because it's like you don't want to learn how to sit the bench, but I think that is so important for perspective and being a team player in general, kind of what Jayden said. So I love that. Well, thank you so much, Roger, for getting on a call with us. Love learning about you and your organization. We so enjoyed it, and we wish you the best of luck in the spring season. Do you guys play school ball in the spring or in the fall?
Yeah, our high school is in the spring, which
gotcha.
It's tough.
Yeah. Well, good luck to your girls in the school ball season, and then once y'all hit summer ball, we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely. Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.